Okay, this is an interesting question, and it comes from OK Woo Fighter on Apple Podcasts. And he says, this has become my go-to podcast for Sooner football. Love the insight from Gabe and Teddy, all about the things football. My question for both of you is, in your experience as a professional athlete and being around professional athletes, what is the number one reason an athlete chooses where to play? Is it money, long-term security, friends on the team, best chance to win, something else? Well, I think it's important to
Professionally?
start. It's important to start with you don't really get to choose. Ted, I mean, you didn't,
Right.
and we can just speak from the NFL perspective, but I know guys that have played in the NBA. I know guys that have played Major League Baseball. I know guys that have played in the NHL. Like, you don't choose if you get drafted. That's like you didn't say, "Hey, Detroit, that's where I want to be."
Well, I guess Bo Jackson did, and John Elway did, and I guess maybe Eli Manning, but that's just a very small amount of guys. Yeah, you don't get to choose originally. Now, when it comes to like, if you've got the ability, you're being courted as a free agent, it's money. It's money. Money is number one. If it wasn't for money, no free agents would ever go to like Detroit, Cleveland, Jacksonville, wherever. If they're offering you the money, and that's part of it, right? It's like you can use that as a bargaining chip. Yeah, guys, I just don't know. And they've got to pay you that premium to get you there. I would say it's money. Um, like friends on the team, I think
I,
that.
it
Go ahead.
it doesn't hurt, but also I think it's important to point out like this also depends on where you're at in your career.
Exactly. That's where I was about to go.
When you are, and I am really not a good example of talking about this because I was bouncing around all over the place. Like I went whoever wanted me is
Right.
that was it. It's like it wasn't my choice, right? Like I got cut, I got claimed, I got cut, I got claimed. But that's also here's a good example. I when when I went to Buffalo, right? There was, and I think I've told this story on here before. It's a brutal story. And unfortunately got quite a few of these from my NFL career. But on a Saturday, going out to a walkthrough, I was pulled aside by my offensive line coach, Aaron Cromer. And he said, "Hey, we are going to make you the starting tight end." At that point, like I had not had a break in my career, right? Blown my knee out in Tennessee. I had outplayed a kid. They kept him instead of me because he was drafted, but I got claimed by the Bills and I was thrilled. But I was behind Eric Wood, who ended up being a Pro Bowl center there. Like I wasn't playing. So as good as getting the NFL check is, like you still want to play. You don't want to just ride the bench. And that's what I was doing. So Cromer coming to me and saying, "Hey, you're going to be the starting tight end. We'll think you'll be great at it." It was Greg Roman's system. So if you watch the Ravens now and you think about all the tight ends they used, like I was going to be the blocking tight end, the Y tight end in that system. And it was the most joy I had felt in quite some time when he told me that. Called my wife, or then girlfriend, now wife. I was about to cry, talked to Incognito and Wood about it in the locker room, even though Cromer told me not to tell anyone. Like I was like it was the happiest I had been in a long time after, going through a bit of a rocky patch in my NFL career. And we go out to walk through. I am smiling the whole time, got a grin on my face. Like G-Ro pulls me aside as we're walking out there. "Hey, Cromer, Gabe, did Cromer tell you about our master plan?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely, coach. I'm so fired up. I won't let you down." He said, "Okay, go to the tight end room on Monday." And I can't describe like how happy I was.
Is this mid-season or?
Yeah. Yeah. It's about halfway through the season. And I was like just ecstatic, like Incognito's punching me during the walkthrough, like because I'm lined up as one of the defensive guys, like stuff, and like just smiling, like I can't describe like the mood I was in. Like it was like the world had been working against me, and like now, like I'd finally gotten the break I needed. But that's how it felt. As I'm walking off the field, Doug Whaley, the GM at the time for the Bills, pulls me aside and tells me he's cutting me. And
had they not run their master plan past the GM, I guess?
I had just been told I was going to be a starter, and the GM just told me I'm getting cut to bring Mike Gillisley up, TD Mike, fun guy, cool guy, because LaShawn was banged up. And I'm like, but
you're like, no, actually, I'm not.
No, and in my head, like Greg Romer, like and Cromer, they're like, keep it on the down low. Like we don't want Matt Mulligan, who's the guy I was going to replace. Like we don't want him, hearing that he's got to play on Sunday. I'm like, all right, but Giro was like, hey, start studying the formations, start studying the shifts. We'll put the video clips together for you to study over the weekend. I went from that to, hey, you're cut. Go meet with Rex Ryan. I'm like, dude, what? He's like, I know. Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, you'll be back Monday. Don't even worry. Like, it's just, we're not worried about it. Like, I know the plan. We're good. So I was like, okay. He's like, go enjoy the weekend. I think we went to like New York City and just had a weekend. I was like, awesome. Okay. But get the call 2 days later, Cleveland Browns have claimed you. Go to Cleveland, get there, and just remember, I thought I was going to be a starter the next week. And I'm in Cleveland for 6 days. I barely even get to practice and they cut me. 6 days. And like people are about to get fired. Things have gone really wrong. Alex Mack was the starting center. I get there. I'm like, why am I here? They had like 4 guys that played center. I'm like, what? I didn't even get to play center in practice. I played guard and actually practiced pretty well. Like the 2 days I practiced, got cut and they're like, yeah, we're making some changes. I'm trying some stuff. I was just like, okay. But in my head, I'm like, back to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Back to Buffalo. The plan, the master plan, we're good. They had cut Mulligan just like they said they were going to do. I was ready to, I was like, here we go. I'm telling my agent, like, dude, tell the Bills, I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. Detroit claims me. Never.
Brutal.
They were higher than Buffalo in the waiver wire. Never made it back. Ended up in Buffalo the next year. They had signed 3 tight ends.
You should have called Cromer and been like, listen.
I called everyone, bro.
I'm going to go get in a fight and get arrested. Okay. Just know that I'm doing it so I won't get claimed. All right. And then you guys can claim me. Oh my gosh.
But
that's brutal.
Yeah. That is, I know that was probably not exactly where that question probably should have headed, but that's an example of where it comes to choosing where you want to play. I would have done anything to get back to Buffalo. Yep. And it's you got to have some luck. You got to have good timing. Got to have some support from the coaching staff, and just didn't work out, man. It's all right.
Brutal. That's brutal.
People hear that story and they think I'm making up. I'm telling you 100%. That's exactly how it went down.
Jeez.
Oh, after in the locker room, Incognito's messing with me in the locker room after the walkthrough. He's like, what is wrong, bro? Like, why aren't you? Because I'm not playing along with him like I normally. I'm like, Whaley just cut me. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Said I'll be back Monday, but just cut me. He's like, oh, okay. Don't worry. And he even was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if someone claimed you like Cleveland or Detroit?
Oh my God.
And I was just like, oh yeah, that'd be hilarious. Yeah. I, I,
Why
and I
didn't they
shouldn't.
just send
I
you down
think
to the
about,
practice squad?
say that again.
Why didn't they send you down to the practice squad?
They had to remember that you have to clear waiver. I was on the active roster.
You can't. So
You
you
can't
have to
send
cut.
no.
Okay.
No, you hit the waiver wire and I got claimed. And I think about that sequence of events every single day.
I bet. God. Brutal.
Because it was G-Row was like, you're perfect for it. He even goes, I was probably 305 at the time. He goes, you can get down to like 285. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be the best thing ever. It just, life has worked out very well for me. I'm very grateful for the life that I've had, but I think about that every single day.
And that is why money is the number one reason people choose a place, because you just, nothing else is you get as much guaranteed money as you can, when you have the opportunity, because you just never know if you'll get another chance.
And the NFL stands for not for long, and it also stands for no effing loyalty.
Right. That's right.
So, yeah, that may have depressed some people, but it's an unfortunate story, but it's a good one. Brutal. It's a real good one.